Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. Bounce back from setbacks. Bounce back from setbacks. Look, I'm gonna tell you what. We all going to get a setback in life. We all going to get it. We have to bounce back from it. I'll use myself for an example. I've been very open about having a stroke back in October. Now, from what I've read and what I heard, a lot of people don't bounce back from that. You know, they might be using a cane forever. Shoot, they might not walk or whatever. Yeah, I had it. It was annoying. And there was a point I couldn't even get out of bed on my own. I couldn't even use a toilet on my own. In fact, when I was at the hospital at first, I didn't use their regular toilet the whole time. So I was like, it was tough. I had to have help showering and everything. I bounced back from that though, because my feeling was, okay, this is a serious setback. So I have to bounce back. And, you know, I'm very open about it because I want other people to understand no matter what they're going through, they can bounce back from it. And that's just one, but we all have something. You know, it might not be a physical thing. It might be we lose our job. Like many people might get laid off a job or something. That's very common. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit back, oh, I don't have a job, and sit and watch TV over some relative's house or something? Or are you going to say, you know what? All right, I lost this job. I'm going to figure out what I can do to get another job. Or some people, they bounce back even better. They start businesses. Many businesses have been started from people who have lost a corporate job or something, or an important job. Corporate, that's pretty big. And I've read many a story because, you know, since I do money as well, talk about making money management as well. I'm reading those stories. And I never fail to read a story where someone said, well, I was working here, got laid off, or the business went out, so I started my own business. What they do, they bounce back. If we're talking about relationships, hey, many of us have had a bad relationship. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody who, if they were actually in a relationship, if they were in a number of relationships, didn't have at least one. You have to bounce back from it. You know, you have to bounce back, and it could have been a terrible reason why you broke up from that mate. But what do? You bounce back from it. You become better. You learn everything you need to learn, then you come back better. But see, it's unfortunate because if you talk about relationships, you talk about business, you talk about some type of medical emergency, a lot of people don't bounce back from it. A lot of people, they get stuck. That hurts them. Many people go the wrong way. A lot of people go down, something to happen. I've seen it in person. It's like something happened and it's like, boom, that's it for them. Nah, you can't be that way. You gotta bounce back, whatever you do. Understand something, no matter what it is. Okay, what was the lesson there? What was the lesson with that job? Like if I had bad experiences on jobs, I'll say, you know, that's not for me to do. That's part of the reason why I work for myself now. Or bad relationships. Okay, yeah, that person did what they did. What did I do wrong? We take full responsibility for it. Even the medical emergency, I say, okay, what could I have been doing different to even prevent that from happening? Okay, let me not do it again. You know, no matter what. And even if it's an accident, it was like, okay, it was an accident. Let me learn what I need to do so that accident doesn't happen again. At least on my part. See, the thing is, when you have any type of setback, don't look at it as a bad thing. Look at it as a lesson. A lesson. You know, when you talk about, I talk about success. A lot of people will tell you who've been successful in business, they can point to where they were unsuccessful. They can point to the bad situation. They could say, you know what, I was in this business, it didn't work out. But instead of getting mad, they'll sit back and they'll say, okay, hold up, let me look at this. Let me look at this angle. Let me look at this business. Let me look at this medical emergency. Let me look at this relationship, you know. Let me look at something failing and let me look at it. Let me examine it. Let me learn the lesson there. Then I know not to do it again. Like many inventors can like relate to that. Many related inventors can relate to that. They can always look back and they can always say, hold up, you know, I shouldn't have done that. Or this doesn't work this way. Let me try it another way. You know, or this system isn't working. This what I'm doing here isn't working. Let me do something else. And that's the thing with a winner. If you look at winners, like like in sports, I don't care who the player is, whatever the score is, they can point to when they missed a game-winning shot, or they dropped a game-winning touchdown, or they threw an interception, or they missed a block, or they fumbled. Whatever it is in whatever sport, the winners can, but do they let that stop them? No, they come back. They learn from it and they come back. That's how you got to be with setbacks. And yeah, I'm gonna tell you something else, an even bigger thing with setbacks. Sometimes it just meant you weren't meant to go in that particular direction. You know, when one door closes, another may open. You know? You might be going in a direction and say, you know what, that wasn't right for me. Because there's been plenty of times, because, you know, I've had 1,000 jobs and, you know, done some different businesses, had different business ideas. But if it didn't work out, I didn't always say, oh, that's just so bad. I say, okay, let me learn. Okay, did I do something wrong? Or maybe that wasn't a business. Was I really gung-ho about that business or that path? Then I just bounced back. You know, and my grandmother, rest her soul, I remember she had said this about me. She saw this when I was in school. I remember freshman year in college. Was it freshman year? It was either freshman or sophomore year, one of them. I got a D on the test. And I told her. She's like, okay. But then the very next test, I got an A. And she said, I'll never forget what she said. Like I said, rest her soul. I could always bounce back from something. And that'll happen. You know, seriously, that'll happen. You know, just learn. It's like, just because you fail once, it doesn't mean much. Just learn and don't do it again. Like, it's no shame in falling. We're all going to fall. We're all going to fail at something. Anybody who say they hadn't, they're lying. I'm just saying, if they're a certain age, they hadn't. Something didn't go right for them. I want to meet the person who everything they touch from the moment of birth has been gold for them. I want to meet that person. You know, I really do. Now, you learn from it. You learn how not to make the mistake again, and then you like move forward. So we're going to get setbacks. We're going to get setbacks. We're going to get situations that don't go our way. We're going to get, you know, we're going to get laid off a job, maybe fired. You know, we definitely going to have some bad relationships. We definitely going to have some bad relationships. But do we let that get us down? No, we bounce back. We bounce back. I want y'all to really think about that. Think about what you might have gone through and you bounce back from, or if you're going through something right now, learn from it. If you're going through something right now, look, just learn from it. Learn from it. You'll be better. Things will get better. I don't care what it is. Things will get better. I've had this in my own life. I've seen this happen in scores of people's lives, scores of people's lives that I've known personally. There's probably many stories out there I'm not familiar with, but they bounce back. You can bounce back, all right? So bounce back from any setbacks, okay? Bounce back, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. I want everyone to keep rising to become the best version of themselves. Peace and blessings.